Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day for all you fine people on the internet for your Friday. Getting ready for the weekend, all that fun stuff. So Evander Kane made it official. This came out last night. I thought about doing a video last night, and I thought, now I'll do it in the morning. So he's come out. He's had a press conference. He's saying all the right things. The Oilers are saying all the right things. McDavid, everybody. This is always how it starts, right? All the right things. Lessons are learned, and I'm here to help, and I'm here to do whatever I can, and we've got to get over the top, and I came here to win, and we like winning, and hockey's fun, and let's all go out there and play the hockey and have some fun, and I'm not here to cause any trouble. So Evander Kane saying all the right things. The Oilers signing him to a contract that it ends up being prorated because he's coming in halfway through the year, so it ends up being a cap hit of roughly $2.09 million from 2.1, rounded up, sure, why not? So yeah, it's basically he gets a bonus up front of like $670,000 or something like that. But the point is that it's a $2.09 million cap hit for the Edmonton Oilers for the rest of the year, and that's part of the reason why they bring in Kane. It is a way to bring somebody in as a free asset without giving anything up off your team. And it is a move that does look a little bit desperate, but it's understandable in that the Oilers have had a lot of trouble since that 16-5 start, and so they figure bringing in Kane, who they know can score goals, should help. And there is the possibility that we see a drama-free second half of the season with the Oilers, and with Kane there. And again, it all depends on what the attitude is and what his plans are. If he really is in this for the team, or if this is more of a, looking out for himself thing. So again, he can say everything now, and it's great. And every time that you see a GM hired, a coach hired, player traded for, a player signed, they always say all the right things up front. So that's just the way that works. And then they cover the live streams of all of it. Everybody's trying to analyze all of it. And for me, the introductory press conference is one of the least important when it comes to players. I'd say even coaches on some level. General managers, it can be a little more important to see where their head is at, because it may tell you what their direction is for the team. But again, bringing in a player, you know what they're going to say. So Colorado, revealing what we all kind of knew from what we saw. MacKinnon's out with a broken nose. They're saying facial fracture, broken nose, and a concussion as well. So he's going to miss at least the next 3 games, and his status for the All-Star game is still up in the air. So we don't know whether or not he's going to be at the All-Star game. I have my doubts if there's a concussion involved that he'll necessarily be over it in a week. But I mean, the All-Star game is kind of a no-touch environment. Again, I don't think he goes out there and plays if he has any lingering symptoms of a concussion. But, we'll see. We'll see how quickly he heals up. All concussions are different, right? Some of them can be major, some of them can be minor, but they take their time. And that was reported by Peter Bow and retweeted out all over the Twitter sphere, right? So for Montreal on the news front, nothing new on Carey Price. I talked about him a couple days ago. He's still frustrated with the amount of time it's taking for rehab. For Drouin, I reported he was out indefinitely. It's a wrist injury for Drouin that's going to keep him out for a while. Could be the rest of the season. Matthew Perreault's out 3 to 4 weeks with a lower body injury. Perreault, I don't think this is his first injury either. And I mean this season. So for Perreault, it's been a rough go for him. And for Edmondson, who has yet to debut this season, he's still out with his back injury, and there's no return date for Joel Edmondson as of yet. So for Montreal, there really isn't any good news to provide you other than Gallagher and Byron could very well play this weekend. So there's that. For Ranger fans, Fox has been placed on the IR, so Adam Fox will miss at least the next 3 games as a result. IR, you have to be there 7 days, right? So yeah, he'll miss the next 3 games. The good news might be that Schneider, rookie coming up, he gets to play the most ice time of his short career, 18:53 last night. He had 2 assists, including 1 on the power play, and I think he got that 1 on the power play in part because Fox wasn't out there. So Schneider gets that time. So it could work out okay. If he only misses a few games, it's not necessarily a big deal. But again, we'll see how long he's out. They're saying upper body injury. Certainly looked like the wrist from what we saw in the replays. But we'll see how long it takes him to come back, right? Jonathan Taves has been placed into concussion protocol by the Chicago Blackhawks, so that's one of those open-ended things too, where we don't really have an end date for that. Riley Stillman is out for 2 to 3 weeks with shoulder beyond today. And Tyler Johnson, they're saying he's about a month from returning. He had disc replacement surgery, the same artificial disc replacement surgery that Eichel had. And there was all this discussion of Eichel, and Johnson just went and got it done. So, yeah, Eichel the trailblazer on that one. And so we'll see who comes back first, Johnson or Eichel, considering it's the same surgery. Doesn't mean that the healing up time and the return date has to be the same. It's not really how surgeries work. But, yeah, we'll see with Tyler Johnson how he looks when he comes back, and whether or not this really helps him and prolongs his career, or what happens. Because with the disc replacement surgery, it's worked in other sports. This is the first time it's been done in hockey, so we'll see how these players do, right? Both Eichel and Johnson, and see if it positively or negatively impacts them. So for Pittsburgh, O'Connor is on long-term injured reserve, apparently collapsed lung. So that's some scary stuff right there. And understandably, we don't have a return date for him on that one. So all the best to O'Connor on that one. And hopefully he has a nice, healthy recovery. And keep in mind that Teddy Bluger is out long-term as well. He has an 8-week timeline with his injury. So this, again, is another test for Pittsburgh's depth. Spoiler alert, Pittsburgh's depth it's pretty good. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, especially regarding Evander Kane signing with the Oilers. And again, I get why the Oilers did it. I'm honestly glad that it wasn't like Vancouver, that it wasn't Boston. I'm honestly glad about that, but we'll see how it goes for the Oilers. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.